Germany is the best place to move to in Europe, but probably not for the reason you think it is. I mean, look at him. If that's not just the snoogliest endorsement of Germany, I don't know what is. People, especially Germans themselves, often ask me with a tinge of surprise why out of all of the countries in the world did I pick Germany. The truth is, I didn't really. Germany, in a way, picked me, which sounds much more romantic than it really was. So the recent headline is that Germany slipped from 12th place in 2019 to 15th place this year on a list of 38 OECD countries. That's OECD countries, not countries suffering from obsessive compulsive disorder, though that would actually explain a lot about Germany. The OECD is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, with mostly European countries plus Chile, Costa Rica, Israel, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Canada, and the United States. The study focused on 7 categories that foreign workers are believed to value, like quality of opportunities, income and tax, future prospects, family environment, skills environment, inclusiveness, and quality of life. Germany suffered mostly over complaints about the bureaucracy, the language, and especially in Germany, an inability to actually find an apartment. Now I can back up personally that all of these points are completely valid. German bureaucracy truly operates in the freaking Stone Age. Even if you do learn the language, people in places like Berlin will often switch to English at the first hint of foreignness. And don't even get me started on finding an apartment. When I first moved to Berlin, someone told me that you don't pick the apartment picks you. And in my case, that was 100% true. I can't emphasize enough how wildly and stupid lucky we got to find our apartment. We can't even imagine leaving and going out into that environment right now. It's like The Last of Us out there right now, but with apartments. So why, in the name of all that is holy, would I dare say that Germany is actually the best place to move to in Europe? That's because of one thing the study didn't mention, and that is the difference between EU citizens and third country nationals. EU citizens can, for the most part, live and work anywhere they damn well please in Europe. Third country nationals, like someone from the United States, this guy, face more obstacles. Generally speaking, again, this is generally speaking, anyone hiring a third country national needs to prove that said candidate has
a very particular set of skills
that cannot be found among a local national or an EU citizen. Although you would never guess it based on the way Germany represents itself to the world, and even nationally, Germany is a very international country. In fact, Germany is home to the world's second largest immigrant population behind only the United States. So the government might be behind the game, but the country's tech and startup scene have long understood the importance of catering to foreign workers. Which finally gets us to why Germany is the best place in Europe to move to. Trommelwirbel bitte? You don't need to be able to speak German to move here and get a job. Yes, it's true, maybe the bureaucrats will only speak to you in German at the immigration office. And some of them might even give you a hard time for not being able to speak German, even though you just arrived. Which of course doesn't make any sense, but c'est la vie in Deutschland. But, and this is a wildly important but, I heard it, you can at least get the job and move here. I mean, when I started looking for jobs in Europe, it's not like I had my eyes and heart set on Germany. Truth be told, I was fresh off of living in Costa Rica and speaking Spanish. Quería mudarme a España. But I quickly learned that a lot of the job market in European countries would only consider candidates who already spoke the national language fluently. Germany was the exception to that rule. There was absolutely no expectation from my employer that I'd be able to speak German when I first moved here nearly 7 years ago. Jetzt fühle ich mich wohl, wenn ich Deutsch spreche, but I knew next to Bupkis when I first moved here. So that, meine liebe Freundinnen und Freundinnen, is why Germany is the best place to move to in Europe. Not because of Germany itself. No offense, I do very much love it here, and if you want to know why I love it here so much, let me know in the comments and I'll make another video about it. It's the best place to move to in Europe because for someone from a third country, it's actually possible to move here without already being fluent in the language. Spain, France, Switzerland, and so on were all non-starters. Of course, other European countries might be subjectively better in pick your category, but if your goal is to move to Europe, none of that really matters if you can't get here in the first place. If you, like the me of 7-ish years ago, are also interested in living and traveling in Europe, leave a comment and let me know what your questions are. Then, check out my culture shock video on the 10 most surprising things about living in Germany. Juicy! Moses, seriously, you alive over there? Germany just brings out the best in ya.